The long-awaited Ford Mustang Bullitt is here. It is our first 2019 Mustang to arrive, and it happened to be one of the most iconic Mustangs that has ever put tires on these roads. It is the new, brand new, spanking brand new 2019 Ford Mustang Bullitt. There is a glance at it right now, so stay tuned. You do not want to go. We're going to do a review on this car. It is an awesome vehicle, so you better stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. I mean it. Don't go anywhere. What's up YouTube? Welcome to another video on this channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I want you guys to stay put because we've got our brand new 2019 Ford Mustang Bullitt that just arrived. It is actually for a customer of mine, so a big shout out to you, Mr. Carr. This is your brand new Bullitt. I will see you shortly. I know you're coming in about a week from now, so I thought I'd make this video for you and for the world to see and check out our brand new spanking Ford Bullitt, which is just phenomenal. You guys are gonna love the way that this car is built. And by the way, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, do not wait. Subscribe now. Hit the like button at the end of this video if you enjoyed the video. Share it as well so that we can go ahead and spread the word to others that might be looking for a Mustang or any other Ford vehicles. I am your sales consultant. My name is Jorge Lopez here in Tomball Ford in Tomball, Texas. I hope you shoot me an email or a question down below if you have one right now. I respond pretty quick. So thank you very much for tuning in. And also lastly, share my app. I do have an app for my customers and an app for you if you are interested in checking out my inventory. The link is in the description, and I've got a little title here as well, so you can download the app. It is absolutely free. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and do this review on this 2019 Ford Mustang Bullitt. Okay, well, first of all, I want to share a little bit of history with this car because it is actually a car that was built based on the movie Bullitt. We starred Steve McQueen, I believe, back in 1968, and it was about this private investigator detective. And the most iconic scene which catapulted that this Mustang was a chase scene between the bad guys and Steve McQueen and the Bullitt Mustang through the streets of San Francisco. If you haven't seen that movie, it's out. It's an okay movie, but that chase scene was phenomenal. So after that movie, the original Mustang Bullitt was actually two of them. One of them was actually used on the crash scenes, and the other one was kept a little bit more crash friendly, or wasn't used in crashes so much. So one of them resurfaced recently after, I think, I don't know, 30-40 years of it not being being anywhere. And now that Ford brought this Mustang Bullitt, the original Bullitt resurfaced as well, and it was a really cool thing to see the old 1968 and a 2019 together. You can obviously see and appreciate the whole differences between the two. I mean, each of those have its own best features. There's nothing ever could go wrong with a classic car, which was that 1968 Mustang. But anyways, that's a brief history of how Ford and why Ford decided to do a Mustang Bullitt based on that. And on the TV screen, on that movie, that green colored Mustang without any badges, and just kept it nice, clean, and simple is why Ford decided to do this car that way. So it's that same green. You can get it in this green or you can get it in a black, but really there's not a lot of options that you can get, but we're gonna go over the options and what makes this car unique and different versus anything else that's on the market. So let's go ahead and dive into this review of the 2019 Mustang Bullitt. So the number one question that I get asked between the differences between this and a regular GT is, does this guy have and produce more power than that of a regular GT? And yes, it does. You have 480 horsepower with 420 pound-foot of torque, and then on the regular GT you have 460 horsepower on it. So there's a difference there. And the way that Ford is able to make this a little bit more powerful engine is for a couple of things, or reasons. Actually, one of them is the tune on it. There's a little bit of a difference between the tune on this one and the regular GT, and then also this one here has the manifold from a GT350 Mustang along with a larger throttle body. So those things right there are able to produce 20 more horsepower, and it's also based on the performance package. So with all of those combinations right there, the Mustang Bullitt is definitely getting more power off the get-go. All right, the next step that I want to do and show you is some of the exterior differences that are unique to the Mustang Bullitt that are not able to be seen on any other Mustang. As you can see right there, the Brembo brakes are painted red. So you've got that wheel also that is unique to the Bullitt, which is the 5-spoke blacked out wheel with that machine lip around the wheel, which you can actually see in the Mustang Bullitt movie as well. So that's really cool that you can replicate that wheel. That wheel right there looks pretty awesome. Another thing that I want to show you is on the front. Now the front lip is the same of that of a Mustang GT, but what you see right there is there's no pony badge. There is nothing on that grill. The grill right there is just the regular honeycomb. But what I like about this grill is that it is a polished paint right there and right there. That is the difference from a regular Mustang, because one of the regular Mustangs don't have the glossy on both parts of the grill. Another difference right there that you see is the chrome grill surround. That is another difference that you see on the Mustang Bullitt that you don't see on anything else. Now walking along the side of the car, if you notice, there is no badging on this guy. You don't see the 5.0 badging that you regularly see on the Mustang GT. You also see the chrome grille surround around the window treatments, just like if you guys remember the 50th anniversary Mustang. Let me go to this side because it looks a little bit better. If you remember the 50th anniversary Mustang, that was on that car as well. So you have it on this Mustang Bullitt as well. Now, if we walk to the back, if you've seen that movie, you see and you know that Mustangs have a gas cap in the back, and that is a fake one right there that says the name of the car. Really, on the outside, this is the only indication of what this car is, other than you know that it's a Mustang because of the lines and how it looks. But you've got your Mustang Bullitt faux gas cap, and then right here, down here, what I want to show you is these exhaust tips. These exhaust tips are actually, let me see if I can zoom in, hoping that you guys can see that, but these are black nitro plated exhaust treatment for the tips that are the same as the Ford Raptor. The Ford Raptor has the same type of treatment done on these tips right there. Makes it stand out, makes the look of the Mustang a little bit more unique. And one difference that I see is that some of the Mustangs on the 2018 and older do not have lower valance part right there. There's a difference here on the other Mustangs versus this 2019 right here. Now continuing in the back, you know that Mustangs, regular Mustangs, you have the option to have a spoiler, but there is no spoiler option on the Bullitt because again it's going back to the iconic Mustang, and that Mustang in 1968 really didn't have anything extra on that car. It was just simple. There is no add-ons, and that's how Ford decided to keep this one here. So there's no spoiler option. You still have your quad tip exhaust. So you see your 4 tips at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that, but trust me, they're there. But one difference that you do get on this one here is that you've got active exhaust, which is on these Bullitts. And you've got 4 modes. You've got standard mode, you've got, you got quiet mode, you got normal, sport, and track. Let me see if I can demonstrate how they hear, because, oh man, it makes the already awesome sounding Mustang great, but when you add these exhaust tones and modes on it, it just makes that this Mustang extra special. So let me just take a few moments and see if this microphone can catch the differences in these modes. That was pretty awesome, wasn't it? I'm hopeful that the microphone captured the exhaust notes from the different modes that you can have your exhaust in. And I don't know if you noticed, but that flap that was on one of the muffler tips is what helps make it quiet or make it louder depending on the mode that you selected. And so I don't know, I'll have to check after rendering the video to see if that was a good quality audio of the different exhaust modes that you can have your Mustang Bullitt in. Now let's go ahead and check out the interior, because I want to show you a couple of differences as well that you get on this Mustang Bullitt that you don't get on anything else. So come on with me, let's check out the interior. All right, so as you enter and open this door, you can tell that you've got a Bullitt door seal. Now we've got the plastic on there. We're not going to remove it because we have not delivered this car yet, but that is a difference that you see. This is not lit. This is just a metal feel, so I'm assuming it is metal. So a metal door seal that says Bullitt is one of the differences that you see on the inside. This is based on the GT Premium package, so you have your leather seating. But one of the differences that you would see between this seat and the other seats on the GTs is that this has a lot more lines going through the seat itself. So this is also remembering the seats from the old classic Mustangs. This is leather, and I don't know if the camera can focus on this. There it is. But you see the green stitching? That is also a difference that helps it set aside, which is also to mimic the green that you have on the color of the Mustang. So you've got the stitching going all the way around on the seats, and I apologize, this camera is not focusing, but trust me, you've got green on the stitching there, and also you've got green on the stitching on the center armrest as well. So that's another difference. And then green on the shifter boot right there as well. So you've got some really nice differences on that, and then you can see it here as well. See if this camera can move. There, that's a good view of the green stitching. Also, you've got the cue ball shifter. Remember, this is a Bullitt. You cannot get an automatic transmission on a Bullitt. It has to be a manual transmission. So If you are wanting an automatic, sorry, you cannot have a Mustang Bullitt. That is another difference that you get on this car. So having a seat here on the passenger side, you can tell that this is also a difference right here. This is a machine spun aluminum, which is a retro finish that goes along this part, along these gauges and AC vents, which makes a nice contrast on the whole dash. So it's a beautiful thing that you see right there. And then this is really cool too. So this is Bullitt number 533. I don't know how many Ford is going to be making. If you know, please write it in the comments below, but Ford has not shown or told us how many they're going to be making. I know it's going to be a very limited production. Now, going into the center dash, you see your climate control seats, which have memory. So if you used the climate control seats before you turned off your car and you turn it back on, you'll have your cool seats or your heated option come up. Another difference that you see on these cars is the Bang & Olufsen sound system. So you've got a center channel there, you've got tweeters all over, speakers on these doors, subwoofer in the back, which I'll show you here in a second. But this is a Bang & Olufsen by Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds just phenomenal. It is what's replacing the the Shaker sound system that Ford Mustang had in the past. So I can't play any music here because we've got the copyright police listening in and tuning in, but that is another difference. You do have your Bullitt steering wheel center logo right there. Overall, this car has some really awesome and nice features. I am going to conclude the interior by showing you the dash, which is really, really cool. But before we go there, let's go to the trunk and let me show you the subwoofer for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. Now, a really cool feature that actually a lot of people don't know on Mustangs is that you do have a button down over here, which is actually kind of hidden in a way. You cannot tell that there's a button to open up the trunk. If you haven't watched my video of the 5 things that you might not know about a Ford Mustang, I'll leave a card right now up top, here or there. I never know which side, but I'll leave it up top. Check it out. It'll show you 5 things that you might not know about a Ford Mustang. So that's how you open up your trunk, and voila. That is your subwoofer for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. So compared to the other subwoofer, this one looks a little bit thicker, feels a little bit thicker than the other one. The sound on it, the bass is a lot more crisper. You can definitely tell the difference. So Mr. Car, you are going to enjoy the sound system that you get out of your Bang & Olufsen out of this Mustang Bullitt. I want to conclude the interior review and look on this car with this dash because it is just sick. It is just the design of it, the color, everything just matches with the car. The first thing you'll notice is that the Bullitt design Mustang is actually rendered into the screen itself. And then your gauges and all of the other information comes up. So let me go ahead and press the brake, push the start button, and check this out. Oh, and I forgot the clutch. There it is. Check that out. Isn't that cool? Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. And I told you that the climate control seats have memory, which you see right there. They automatically turned on. I've got the AC going. The climate control seat is on. But I want to tell you about this button, this pony button, which is magic. Once you press that, that is what allows you a lot more information in the vehicle. And then this is where you have your exhaust modes. So you got your quiet, which we demonstrated here, all of these different modes. This is pretty loud, and that's why they tell you a little message center for track purposes only. But man, that thing sounds great. It is just phenomenal. This is really cool on Mustangs. You can change your colors, primary colors I call my color, ambient colors. Rev Match is something else that is new on this car. So Rev Matching, what it does is when you're downshifting, a lot of people don't know this, but just before you release the clutch and you're downshifting, you are supposed to hit the gas pedal to make the engine catch up to the gear that you're trying to downshift in, or the speed of the gear that you're trying to match up. Most of the times, and I did it myself too, when I had my 2000 Mustang GT, I was just downshifting, letting go of the clutch, and I was slowing down, but I didn't know that you can hurt the transmission that way. So with Rev Match, as soon as you let go of the clutch, the engine will already be spinning at the same time and rate that the gear is spinning, so you're putting less strain on the transmission. So that's rev matching right there. You got launch control, and then you got all of these nice, awesome features right there. So the last thing I want to show you is actually right here. It's called driving modes. This is the shifter, the little knob that I'm going to be using to show you what happens on the dash. So right now I'm in normal mode, which you can see your tachometer is on your left hand side and your speedometer is on your right hand side. But if I go from normal to sport, look at what happens. Now the tachometer is in a different design, which is really cool, and you see you have a red line of about 7,500 RPMs. Let's go to the different driving mode of track and look at what happens there. So it emphasizes on the revs, on the RPMs. And then you got your digital speedometer and your gear, which is, I'm in neutral right now. And let's see the other one. And then you've got drag strip, which is the same thing. And then you've got, lastly, you've got snow wet mode, which is the same as normal. There you go. I thought that was really cool, and the design of this whole 12-inch dash is just top of the line. It looks really luxurious. It looks really high-end. So yep, that's a look of the interior of the 2019 Mustang Bullitt.